Who bring the power to the people, partner? Who bring the power to the hood home? Hey. 12:30 a.m. That's that. Tune in to the reality check. Look. Who bring the power to the people, partner? Who bring the power to the hood home? Hey. AM 12:30. That's that. Tune in to the reality check. Look.
Whoa. Now. What's happening, good people? How's everybody? Hoping everybody's having a good day. Hoping your Tuesday is off the chicka chain. Boy, did y'all get past that? Everybody got past that weather this morning. I was awakened by the rain this morning. What time was that? It had to be like 3 or 4 o'clock this morning when all that rain started coming in. But it was coming down. It was coming down. And me being who I am, turned right on over and went right back to sleep. So there we go. Hope nobody got really affected by it. Moved your car out of the flood area and everybody all right. So a little bit of rain, and they said we're going to get a clear day, a little heat. Ain't nothing like a little heat. And then, of course, it's supposed to get cold for tomorrow. Good grief. So it's going from one end of the spectrum to the other in what? Less than 24 hours. So it's supposed to be warm up to 80-something. It's supposed to be cooler. I think they said in the 50s and 60s tomorrow is the high. We shall see. We shall see. But either way, as long as everybody all right, that's all that matters. But I'm ready for some cool weather. I am ready for some cool weather. Being from the cool weather, I don't care how many times or how many years you've been here. If you're from cool weather, you expect it at some point in time. Just saying. Just saying. Had an opportunity today to go and host the Thanksgiving dinner put on by our councilman, Oliver Thomas, down at the Sanchez Center in the Lower Ninth Ward. When I tell you that everybody named Mama was out there from those senior citizens, I got to thank Mr. Howard. Mr. Howard was out there with all the folks from the Council of Aging or Council on Aging. We had all the folks from Councilman Oliver Thomas is there. Had all the folks from the sheriff's office out there. Had all the folks from the DA's office. We got a chance to see all those folks from the Judge Roche. He was there. For the mayor's office, my good friend Julius Feltus, he was there representing for the mayor. Man, when I tell you those seniors had a good time today, and I got to say hey to Mama Hannah, because Mama Hannah was there too. That's why I got my suit on, so that y'all don't be playing with me because I got a suit on today. I had to be the MC, and look my best. So I was the MC. Sheriff had all of her deputies out there, and they were handing out stuff, they was giving away some stuff. They gave away a lot of gift cards today. Walmart, Chick-fil-A, you name it. So those folks got a great dinner. They got some gifts. And I got to talk. I got to talk about how they was looking at Judge Roche. I got to talk about how those folks was looking at Judge Roche. Everybody like, well, say something. I'm trying to find the correct words to say on the radio. But yeah, I had to go get Judge Roche because he was walking through taking pictures. Everybody was like, we about to put some security on you until you come around here, boy. They was looking at him like he had a lollipop wrapper around him or something. Them women was looking at you. You better tell your wife, don't send you back out there by yourself. Nah. Judge Roche, he's like, Gerard, I'm coming. I was like, you are? And I remember what happened last year, how they was looking at you. They looking at you this year too. They was like, hey, Judge. Hey. I was like, They was, no. They had the baby dolls. Let me see who else they had out there. They had the Tramps, the Zulu Tramps. They had the baby dolls. They had the Pinstripe Band. They had KWL Steppers. They had the little ladies and gentlemen over at Dr. Martin Luther King School. They came out. A couple of them did a poem. They sang. They had everybody going because the little girl came out and she was doing this little light of mine. I was like, oh, here you go. Next thing I know, the hand clapping started. It was a bomb today. I wish everybody could have been out there. And when I tell you that it was full, I'm not talking about maybe a couple of hundred people. I'm talking about they have about 400-500 people out there today. About 400-500 folks, seniors, that all came out and had a great time. I'm just glad to see them, you know what, be able to get out, have a good meal, and have some camaraderie along with folks in their age category, and be able to just laugh. Everybody need to laugh all the time. Especially our seniors, they deserve it. So happy Thanksgiving to all of them. I need to make sure that everybody understand because on Thanksgiving Day, and I'm talking to you too. I'm talking to you too. On Thanksgiving Day, if you all do not have family that you're gonna be with, if you're trying to find out whose house you're gonna go over, and you still working on that, let me be the first to tell you, come be with us. The sheriff's department is going to be at the convention center, and we're going to be giving out, you notice what I said, giving out Thanksgiving Day dinner. So we're going to have tables for you to come in and sit down, enjoy yourself. You can sit down and eat, take your food with you home or whatever. You need a ride, the sheriff's department to come get you and bring you over there. I'm talking to our seniors now. I'm talking to you. Listen to me. And I'm not talking about one or two of you all. We're going to have enough room for about 2,500 to 3,000 folks. And this year is the 50th year anniversary. And I can tell you that everybody and their mama is going to be there. Not only just elected officials, but we talking about Irma Thomas. Irma Thomas and her band, they come every year and perform. So Irma Thomas and her band going to perform. You could expect some famous folks that I'm not at liberty to say right now. The elected officials are going to be there. We're going to be walking around saying hello to everybody. This ain't no stuck-up activity. This is going to be for everybody. So come on. And listen, some of you be looking for stuff to do on Thanksgiving Day because you don't have nothing to do. How about coming over and volunteering? What about coming over and volunteering and putting yourself and give some service on Thanksgiving Day for our folks that need it the most? So that is Thanksgiving Day over at the convention center. It's going to be at the convention center on Thanksgiving Day. If you are that person, look, you ain't got to be by yourself. Maybe your family just don't want to cook. Maybe you can't cook. Like me, I can't cook no turkey. I'm going to Popeyes to get me one of them, what they call them, fried turkeys. I'm going to Popeyes to get one. You know they doing that, huh? Popeyes is doing fried turkeys. You got to order it in advance. Did you know that, Jazz? Popeyes. You ever had Popeyes fried turkey? Delicious. And they doing them this year. But you better order them now if you're going to do it. Yep. So, huh? Are they? Oh, no, I get ready to say, no, I don't think they're that much. Don't make me put that out there. But I hope that everybody, is with somebody. Even if it's just you and your husband, you and your boyfriend, y'all looking for something to do, y'all can come too. Come on. Come on to the convention center. And look, let me tell everybody this that want to drive over. Free parking. Free parking for those of you that want to do. If you go into a lot and somebody trying to charge you some money, you should know that you're in the wrong lot. Okay? It's the convention center lot that's across the street from the convention center. Don't park in those other lots. They can charge you. That's not the convention center lots. Okay? So come on. We want to see you on Thanksgiving Day. We're going to talk about it some more. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make it a point to get the sheriff and some of the folks to come on and talk about it and be in here and let you know, because Thanksgiving is what? The weekend? When's Thanksgiving? Next week? We need to make sure that you are not by yourself. I need to make sure that you are not by yourself on Thanksgiving Day. You need to be with somebody. Don't be sitting up there all depressed. Nobody wants you to do that. I don't care how tough life is right now. Always know that somebody got it worse than you. It's how you handle it. And let us help you. Be around some folks that's going to get you out of that slump that you in. All right? So that's what that is today. But I got to thank all of those folks that came out today, because it was about 400-500 folks in there today. At least 400-500 folks. And Oliver Thomas. Anybody that know Councilman Thomas, y'all should know that he cut up today. I ain't telling, I'm not no snitch. I ain't snitching. I ain't telling nobody that he was out there dancing with the Zulu Tramps and the Baby Doll. I ain't telling nobody that. I would never tell that the councilman was out there buck jumping. Why would I even say something like that, Jazz? I'm surprised that you have questioned my integrity. But he was. He sure was. He did it too. And Julius is out there doing the bus stop and then looking at folks and saying, bam! I'm like, nope. But my folks from the Lower Nine, let me see, Carrollton, Maria Goretti, who had Gentili, who am I missing? I'm missing a lot of them. I am missing all those different homes. Thank y'all so much for coming. I hope they had a good time. I hope I was a good enough host for you. But make sure y'all call me to let me know at 582-9422. 582-9422. Y'all let me know. Did y'all have fun? And we do it every year. But I tell them every year, we ain't gonna sit down and just do. We gonna get up. We gonna dance. We gonna get the blood circulating. We gonna eat. The KWL Steppers came out there and they did their dances, the line dances. Let's see who else we had out there. Michelle Woodfork came. Judge Rocher. I think I need to have a conversation with your people. Nah, I really do. Because them women be looking at Judge Rocher like he is sirloin steak. And I'm like, Lord Jesus, only thing missing out here is some A1 sauce. That's all. That is all. All right, so let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's get down to the business of the day. So I was looking at the news. And part of that news, it told me that the New Orleans Police Department on today have identified and arrested what they have identified as a person of interest in connection with one of the two shootings in the 9th Ward at the Second Line over the weekend in the 9 time. The person of interest was not named and was arrested on counts not related to the shooting. And quotes here, it says that this is not a completed investigation, but we have made significant progress, says Superintendent Ann Kirkpatrick at a press conference this morning. Combined, the shootings left 2 dead and 12 others wounded and occurred 45 minutes apart as thousands reveled through the streets of the desired Florida neighborhoods for the 26th annual 9-time Social Aid and Pleasure Club Second Line. Officials said Tuesday the shootings were not related. And I said, what? The shootings were not related. The superintendent and her detectives identified a suspect vehicle associated with the first shooting. That happened at 3:38 p.m. on Sunday when gunfire broke out at the City Trends parking lot within the 1800 block of Almonesta Avenue. The shooting involved at least 2 weapons and left 4 men and 6 women wounded, none of them fatally, in that shooting. Police also issued 8 search warrants and retrieved 4 guns. And 2 Marrero men were shot and killed less than an hour later on Sunday at the second line, and attendees crossed the Almanasta Bridge. Family members identified them as a nephew and his uncle. Rashawn Turtle Carter, 21, and Malachi Jackson, they call him Pumpkin, he's 19. Police did not provide any updates in that case at the press conference Tuesday. I was watching Channel 6 on yesterday evening, and it was terrible to me that they identified the lady that was trying to help. She's a trauma nurse. And you could see in her face the hurt. Even her being a trauma nurse, they'd probably seen some of everything, that she could not keep them alive because she was trying to give CPR. That right there, boy, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that one. I don't even know what to say. That you're on the ground trying to keep somebody alive. But God bless her too. Because I probably had to go see somebody with some professional help. I guess I'm not built for that. But thank God for you too, for doing what you were trained to do, what you went to school to do. Because that had to be devastating to know that you're trying to keep this man alive, giving him CPR, and he's dead. He is. Reverend Wallace.
Hey, brother, how you doing? That is certainly some graphic stuff out there on videos.
Yep.
And you know, they need to be more specific about these people turning their video. When you turn in your video, you just implicated yourself as being an eyewitness to something. You just brought yourself to be subpoenaed to come to court. I mean, you know, your record is public records if you're giving a video. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
So you need to know what you're doing before you do it. What you call it, snitch and get stitches, huh? So, but it's sad to see that she keep coming on TV saying one thing. We got a suspect, possibly somebody that's involved with the case, you know, lead to somebody. I mean, get all the facts when you come on TV with all of that. You know, just do your investigation. Don't start alluding to you got somebody and then you got to turn around and say that is not the person. And it ain't speaking to those 2 young men that got killed. So, I mean, what arrests are you making? And did y'all pick the guns up off the ground that was left in the crowd? I mean, you recovered 4 guns. You know what I'm saying, Gerard?
When they did get those guns, she said that they had to subpoena the guns that were there I guess they were in somebody's car as well. So they subpoenaed them and they got several different weapons. I do think that she needs to say something about it, even if because this seems to be
all those guns related to the crime. I mean, you got 4 guns.
They are related to you do ballistics checks on them.
Yeah, but you know, don't mislead the public. You know, thank God our mayor sent her condolences from overseas. I mean, you know, thank God she did that. And the president sent his condolences. He sent that.
Yeah, but this has become a national case. So that's where I'm leading to. This has become a national news case, and I need to have a conversation about that one real quick too. So
it is. It's always going to be this type of person that that's genius to go out there and do that type of stuff. And you can do about it. I mean, people make choices. Choices have consequences. And It's one of these situations, unfortunately.
All right. Thanks, sir. Appreciate you much. Talk to you later. All right. And well, I do think that You got video of it instead of just putting the video up on your social media account. Turn it over. Not the fact that you're gonna become, and that does not make you liable for anything, especially if they got it. So they're asking you for it. You didn't pull the trigger. You don't know those folks. You just videotaped it. So, all right, more coming up, y'all. We'll talk about this issue that I have to talk about with this case in a minute. No, we ain't trying to get nobody all riled up. None of that. We're gonna talk about this issue though. I'll tell you what it is in a minute. Everybody hold tight. We'll take a break here and we'll come back.
Find us online. Did you know that you can now listen to your favorite show whenever you want? How? Just go to www.wbok1230.com. Click on the Talk tab and select your favorite show. There you'll see your favorite host and the show from each day. And be sure to follow us on Facebook at WBOK1230AM, Instagram at WBOK.1230, and TikTok at WBOK1230AM.
NOLA Public Schools' main round enrollment for kindergarten through 12th grade is now open. With 73 schools available through the NOLA Public Schools Common Application Process, or NCAP, finding the right school fit for your family is easier than ever. List up to 12 choices to maximize your chances and apply by January 24th. We're all in, and we hope you are too. Apply today at enrollnolaps.com. That's enrollnolaps.com.
Metropolitan Human Services District wants to remind you that treatment is effective and everyone can recover. If you are looking for a recovery program and you live in the Orleans, St. Bernard, or Plaquemines Parish, visit mhsdla.org or call 504-568-3130. Recovery is possible, and MHSD is here to help. Metropolitan Human Services District, where we change lives.
Join the conversation
Friday, November 22nd.
with Kelvin Luster from Home Bank during the Good Morning Show at 8:30 a.m. Don't miss Kelvin Luster from Home Bank live on the Good Morning Show
Friday, November 22nd.
at 8:30 a.m.
Are you ready to make a difference in your community? Join me, Randy Chambliss, and my co-hosts Dion Dana and Barry Mallory on Helping the Village Radio Show, where we raise awareness, advocate for real solutions, and coordinate supportive services to prevent and reduce homelessness. We're connecting the dots to build stronger, thriving communities. Tune in every first and third Saturday at 2 p.m. as we collaborate with local leaders, real estate investors, and nonprofits, working together to provide hope and opportunity for those in need. Helping the Village Radio Show, empowering change one community at a time.
Hello, I am Bishop Fred A. Caldwell Sr., host of the Know Your Bible International radio broadcast, which is heard here on WBOK 1230 AM each Sunday morning at 8 o'clock a.m. So join me here for a blessing, won't you?
Hello, Jaguar Nation. This is Chris Powers, the voice of your Southern University Jaguars. Get ready for the granddaddy of them all, the 51st Annual Bayou Classic, and you can catch the game right here on WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about. Join myself and Hall of Fame coach Pete Richardson for this week's Bayou Classic as the Jaguars play the Tigers of Grambling State. Countdown to Jaguar kickoff pregame show starts at 12:30 p.m. and kickoff begins at 1 p.m. The only place in New Orleans to catch the Bayou Classic. WBOK 1230 AM. What New Orleans is talking about.
Who bring the power to the people, partner? Who bring the power to the hood home? Hey. That's that. Tune into the reality check. Look. Who bring the power to the people, partner? Who bring the power to the hood home? Hey. That's that. Tune into the reality check. Look.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Gerard Stevens with you. My subject matter that I need to talk about today, it is going to go back to the way that this incident has been handled. It will go back to that. And beforehand, let me make sure I say this so that Val don't call me with all that stuff about what we doing as far as our direction, because just like we did yesterday, we made sure that we said it, and we'll say it again. This has nothing to do with anything except the behavior of folks that live here. and the folks that pull those triggers. So we're talking about the behavior. But I do have the right to say that I do not think that it was handled correctly and that there were some things that were missteps as far as what was being perpetrated by my law enforcement partners. I will say that. And I have the right to say that, whether you agree with me or not. And everybody else saw the same thing that I saw. Now, where you go next with this? I am going to, and I don't have no meteorologist license or nothing like that, but I'm going to forecast something, and I'm going to need your opinion about this. Because what has happened, and whether we believe it or not, some of us are in a silo. And being in that silo, we end up not looking outside of the box. And when you don't look outside of the box, you're not really paying attention to what other folks are saying. You just see what's happening in your neck of the woods, correct? So it made me go, what is next after this? And I'm walking on very thin ice here, so bear with me. Because I don't want anybody to think that I'm putting it in the perspective of that whoever got shot and whoever got killed, it don't matter. No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying to you what is next and what's the ramifications, what is the issues that come up next. Because y'all know they're coming, right? Wrong timing should be a conversation piece. Well, anytime you have a shooting of this magnitude, Gerard, is a wrong time. And I agree with you. But can you imagine with those folks that are more concerned about the events that are coming to New Orleans? They're more concerned about the Super Bowl, Bayou Classic, Sugar Bowl, getting ready for Mardi Gras. They're more concerned about the economics and the monies that are going to be made during this part of the season than they are the lives that were lost, injured, or hurt during what we just saw. Why you think that, Gerard? Why you think that? I think that because of the fact that we're in the part of the season where everybody's getting ready to come to New Orleans. And this story is not just saying that, oh, you had several folks that got shot. This has been classified on a national and international level as a mass shooting. We're saying, oh, they had a shooting at the second line, y'all. Some people got shot. They killed two. Right. But no. This on a national or international level is being classified as a mass shooting. And when you think mass shooting, you're looking around and saying to yourself, oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. What they had, something like Columbine or something on down there? No. But it's in the same category as Sandy Hook. It's in the same category as a mass shooting. And so the powers that be are going to look at this and say, they acting up down there. Let me get my folks and clean this up. Let me get my folks to take care of this. Let me get my folks and overstep my authority or your authority and take over. Can't tell me that they're not saying that because they already done it once or twice. They done it twice now. Well, what you mean, Gerard? Y'all think about it. He overstepped the city officials to get those homeless folks out of the way so that whoever's coming to town for Taylor Swift, they won't see that homeless encampment. And they didn't talk to the city council. You think the governor give a damn about what the city council said? He did it on his own. He said, you do it or I'll take it and do it myself. And he did. He punked you. And we are interfering with the monies that are going to be made and the number of people that may come to town for Super Bowl, which y'all out there acting a fool, shooting at the second line. What's the ramifications to come behind that? Troop Nola, Liz Merrill and her group, it's coming. It's coming. Without you all even being involved. It's coming. You agree or disagree? 504-582-9422. I got to take my news break here. And while I'm taking my news break, go and get those lines lit up here. We'll take the telephone call as soon as we get back from news, y'all. We got about a minute and a half. Hold on, y'all. We're going to do that next at 504-582-9422. There's more coming up next right here on WBOK.
WBOK 1230 AM New Orleans, home of the reality check, weekdays 1 to 4 p.m.
This news report is brought to you by New Schools for New Orleans.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 things you should know from BIN News. The LA City Council is considering a sanctuary city ordinance today to protect illegal immigrants pushed by Mayor Karen Bass and some council members due to concerns about President-elect Trump's mass deportation plans. If approved, it would prohibit using city personnel and property for federal immigration enforcement. Prosecutors in President-elect Trump's New York hush money case will soon advise the court on post-election proceedings. The court delayed ruling on Trump's presidential immunity claim. Trump is accused of falsifying records to hide payments to an adult film star. A new study from the University of Virginia School of Medicine shows that long-term use of RAS inhibitors, a type of blood pressure medication, can damage kidneys and lead to serious health problems. And late rapper Mac Miller's estate announced a new posthumous album, Balloonerism, at Tyler, the Creator's Camp Flog Gnaw Carnival. The album features unreleased tracks and no release date has been announced. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 at BINnews.com.
New Schools for New Orleans, along with Allstate Sugar Bowl and Entergy New Orleans, would like to send a huge congratulations to our class of 2024 New Orleans Excellence in Teaching Award honorees. This year, we had 90 Teachers of the Year from each public school in New Orleans. Each of them was recognized at our annual gala, where we had over 350 attendees. We're excited to also share that each honoree is receiving a $1,000 classroom grant. Thank you for everything you do, teachers.
Who bring the power to the people, partner? Who bring the power to the hood home? Hey. That's that. Tune into the reality check. Look. Who bring the power to the people, partner? Who bring the power to the hood home? Hey. That's that. Tune into the reality check. Look.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Gerard said, I'm sorry, I had to go get me some water, Jazz. Them people had me working out there today. They had me working, my seniors, my elders, they had us working out there at Sanchez Center today, so I'm dehydrated. I can feel it, too, so I had to give me some water. Mm-hmm. The question I have for you in this whole assessment of what I came with there are consequences for your actions. Mom, dad, mama, auntie, uncle, I need y'all to give me a few minutes here. All of you all that have young men, well, let me rephrase that, young black men in your family, they in their teens, they in their early 20s. They look like the culture of what some folks have put is as, he looked like a suspect. How do you look like a suspect when everybody got on white T-shirts and tennis shoes and jeans and dreads or twists? Well, that's what came over the radio. So I can almost tell you without me knowing that the consequences of what just happened this past weekend, I think, in my own personal opinion, will be dire. That we will probably see a crackdown on the number of arrests. And I'm not talking about those that was out there that did the shooting. I'm talking about the number of folks that are going to jail on a weekly basis now. And don't forget, the new law in Louisiana says we can take 16-year-olds and put them in there. We actually have at the jail a whole floor for 16-year-olds. So I'm putting this out here to the mamas, to the daddies, mamas, papas, aunties, uncles, concerned citizens that look like me and you all together. I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to talk to everybody. Because of what we just saw this past weekend, more than likely will be some ramifications or consequences for those actions. Even though everybody didn't do this, do you really think that they care? This has made national and international news. I saw it on CNN yesterday. Did you? I saw the press conference on CBS. I don't know if anybody else saw this. I went through the internet and let's see everybody's website. All these different radio stations, all these different television stations, all these different newspapers, all these digital newspapers, apps, all of that. This has made national and international news. You all are messing with these people's money. And you scaring away these folks that are going to spend a whole bunch of money on the city of New Orleans after we done spent millions telling them how great we are. And your governor is falling right up in there because he done put $1 million, $2 million this year alone in making the bridge light up. Why? I don't know. We see the street work that's been happening. Why? You should have been doing that. We see the $400 million they didn't put in renovating the Superdome. They getting ready to tear up Dowman Road so that the people from the airport to the Superdome will have a smooth ride. I can go on and on and on and on. Can you imagine what the Business Council is saying? I had the opportunity, and I don't want to call it organization because I am a member of it as well. And when I go to the meetings, I really have to make myself sit there every once in a while because when I go to the meetings, we actually there for one reason, but we end up only talking about what we doing for the police department. That's scary to me because that's not why we here. We here talking about, what we're doing as a community to get people on the same level, getting poverty taken out, getting our infrastructure. And it ends up being about a conversation about the police department from the beginning to the end. And nobody changes it. So why are you saying this, Gerard? Because I'm talking to your mama. I'm talking to your daddy. I'm talking to your auntie, uncle, and anybody that got a young man, a black young man in their family. I need you, and I mean this, I need you to take this bull by the horn and sit this young man down and have a conversation with him. Now, not next week. Today. He may not be doing none of this stuff. And I'm not saying your child is. Might be straight A student. But I need you to tell him, stay off the streets. Watch who you hanging with, because no matter if you're doing something wrong or not, you hanging with somebody that has or is, you just as guilty. And I can tell you just by the feeling that I got. This is my feelings. This is nothing that I've heard in a conversation piece. This is not any news that has come about. This is not somebody that I've had a conversation with on the inside. No, I'm telling you now. You probably feel the same way. You just ain't thought about it right yet. And maybe I have woken up the Holy Ghost. But it don't look like this world is in favor of him. And the way that we got things going right now, it ain't. And I hope you all understand what I'm saying without me just getting so straight to the point. I think I did enough. But do you also agree? 504-582-9422. You agree? Pop Jones.
Hey,
man, where you been?
Where I've been around.
Everybody calling me. You heard from Pop Jones?
I've been listening.
You been listening? You all right, though, huh?
Yeah, I've been listening. The boy from North Carolina.
Yes, indeed. That's me.
But, G-Man.
Yes, sir.
You know I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
I'm sorry, boy. You keep on saying that. I'm going to start calling you Buck.
Yeah, but the great John Lewis say, if you see something, say something. First of all, we must realize that a great deal of these people, I don't know what the percentage is, don't give a damn about us.
Mm-hmm.
That's to start off with. So if we don't realize that, and a lot of them don't hide it.
Mm-hmm.
They let you know how they feel. But as long as we dancing, singing, and making the money for the rest of the state, they're all right with that. Just like you pointed out, all of what's being done so the money could be drawn, well, where the money gone to the other parts of Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you're going to do everything to put them in jail, put them in Angola. Next thing, they're going to be 10 years old and be going to Angola.
Hmm.
But do you ever hear anything that they're going to do to help those kids?
Nothing.
Do you hear that?
Nothing to help them.
No. Because they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give a damn. So it is up to us to see what's going on. And if we can solve a lot of our problems yesterday. And so I heard somebody say, well, without us, there ain't no New Orleans. It's Nolans or whatever name you want to call it. They come from all over the world for us. So if we don't see what's going on, all of what you pointed out, all the money to spend, sending troops here, fixing up this, fixing up the street, and they won't spend a plug nickel on helping the children. doing nothing for us.
Mm-hmm.
So until we can see this, and I'm sure that I'm not the only one. I know they got a lot of smart people here in New Orleans.
Yep.
But the youngsters got to be able to see what's going on and try to correct some of their actions.
Well, sometimes I do think that they need to be advised. And that's why I'm looking at the older folks pop, and maybe I'm going about it the wrong way. That's why I'm asking people for their advice on this. But I do think that, and this is how I get in trouble. I do think that some of our adults need to be the adult in the room.
Okay.
And start talking to your children.
Oh.
And letting them know that you ain't grown as you think you are. I've been in this
Oh,
world
no.
a little bit more.
Oh,
and,
no.
And you need to listen to me on this one. This is gonna cause some heartache amongst our community because of the fact that we messing with these people's money. This has gone national and international all over the world about this shooting that just happened this weekend. And we have some of the biggest events that are going to be in the next month or two that we got to promote this city like it's like apple pie and baseball around here. And we messing it up.
Gerard, when I was coming up as a kid, know what they told me? Said, son, if you can't listen, can't do, go get your own house, go take care of yourself, get your own food, and you could do what you want.
Well, that ain't happening like it was. That's not happening like it was.
Stay at my house and do like you want.
Well, a lot of
I'm
people.
gonna work 3 jobs to give you what you want, and then if I don't give you what you want, you're gonna do something wrong.
Right. Well, I mean, so what's the solution?
What's the solution? No, that's a good question. Maybe somebody smarter than me. But I tell you, each house, it has a start in each house. You know, to let them know that you're not going to take that foolishness off of them. You know, just like it was when I was, hey, look, you want to be a man? You want to be a woman? Go get your own house. You're not going to be a man and a woman in my house and do what you want. I think that would be a start.
Well, we're going to see. I want to see what everybody's saying about it. So, all right, my friend. I appreciate you.
All right.
It's good to hear from you because I was wondering what was going on with you.
No, I'm here, man. I'm listening. I listen every day.
I was wondering, did I have to go ride around with a bullhorn or something in Algiers to find out where you was?
Oh, wow. Well, you never, I could have been in the hospital. You never asked about me.
You didn't hear me when I said something about you?
No, never heard a word.
Man, folks been calling me on the air. You ain't had the pop job. I was like, I don't know where
Never
he is.
heard. Yeah, it might have been calling you.
No, they were calling us on the
But
air.
I never heard you say nothing.
Pop, I said, that's why I was like, where you at?
Okay.
All right.
Did?
All right.
missed
I'm just
that.
worried. I was just wondering where you was. That's all.
All right, I'm here.
Okay, good enough. That's all I need
The
to
Lord
know.
is still showing me favor.
Amen to that.
All right.
All right, my friend. I'll talk to you
Hallelujah.
later.
All right.
All right, Mr. Elmo.
Hey, man, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Well, pretty good. Okay, you asked a good question. What is the solution and anything we could suggest to do anything about it? Educate me for something I may not know. When you have a second line, if I want to have a second line with my family and my friends, you need a permit, correct?
You did what?
Do you need a permit?
Yes.
Okay, now, are you required by law, city, state, what have you, to have security within the group that you're going to have your
Yes.
second line with?
Yes. You have to go, because to get the permit, you got to go to the Office of Secondary Employment, which is a division of the NOPD.
Okay, now, do you have to pay for a detail of guys to walk with them?
That is part
with
of the permit. That is part of the permit.
Okay, so
it ain't cheap.
that's right.
I can tell you that.
Oh,
It
I
ain't
know
cheap.
it's not.
Okay.
I know it's not. Yes, sir. Well, they have protection. So, I don't know. It's a gray area because no matter how great of a family man and friends and family you have, when you have an open public second line, you don't really have control who's gonna be there, who ain't.
No, that's why I think it's up to the individual, the family members, the moms, the dads, the aunts, the uncles. Somebody knew that somebody had the gun out there. You know, maybe even some of the friends need to say, "Bro, don't bring that out
Now,
here."
I'm asking a good question, and you may have the answer, and it's a big question to ask of anybody.
Okay.
But just imagine, okay, I told you, Gerard, I'm having a second line tomorrow. Approximately, I got 150 family members, including friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
How can I not have anybody else join the second line? I mean, how could I avoid that? I mean, I can't be screening everybody in the public. If I'm going on Claiborne Orleans Street, how am I going to legislate that?
I don't think that's the issue. Okay, so let me kind of tell you what I think it is.
Okay.
First of all, it's very few places that the second line is advertised. In the first place, I think I saw Cliff and everybody online yesterday telling me that it was something that comes on one of the other radio stations, which is a non-commercial radio station, and they talk about it. But the number of people that know about a second line usually hears it by, and I'll say, word of mouth. That word of mouth is you going to the second line, yeah, the second line, they're going to have 9 time, baby. We going, da-da-da. That's how I found out about it. Somebody told me about it. It's not the fact that we advertise it. So at the same time that we telling everybody about those second lines, why aren't we telling them, like, look, and they ain't gonna have no mess out here neither, so you better not have no gun out here because they're going to be looking for you if they do. We're not communicating amongst our own about shenanigans. We don't want no mess. Baby, we don't want to get rid of the 9 times. Don't come out here with no mess. Don't bring no gun out here. Don't bring no weapon out here. We ain't saying that. And somebody just said, well, ain't nobody told me not to do it. I'm doing it. The thing that we do have is a law that says you can't have a gun at a parade. But who listened? Evidently, nobody did because they had it sounding like it was Iraq out here. But why ain't we saying something to our own? That's my question.
Okay, now, Gerard, I understand fully what you're saying, and I want you to understand me very clearly. I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying, but I'm just talking. Okay, I have family and friends. Word them out. A lot of times I hear, oh, yeah, niece going to second line on Orleans. Neff is going. I hear it all the time.
Yeah.
I assume if I'm gonna communicate with other folks, the people that I know, I ain't saying we all Boy Scouts, Gerard, but I don't think I need to tell you. Say you're a friend of mine. I don't know you like talking to you on the radio, but say Gerard, how you doing, buddy? Look, Mo. Hey man, how you doing? Look, man, we have the second line on Claiborne Domain Street or Barbide. I don't think I would tell you that because I think I'll give you a benefit of doubt. You're all fine, guy that you have no gun.
Well, I'm gonna stop you right there, and I hope you hear me good, because I'm gonna say you assumed. You assumed.
Yes, sir. Assumed.
I assumed. And I guess everybody else assumed. It's something need to change, Mr. Elmore, because we're assuming that everybody is gonna have the right potential to be out here and have a good time, but we're assuming wrong because somebody came out there with ill intentions. Everybody ain't coming out there with good intentions to have a good time. They're coming out there looking for somebody. And they see
now, now let me ask you this,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm asking you this. I'm not going against what you're saying. Just say if all our family and friends doing what you say and not assuming. They say, Elmo, I knew you my uncle, you're cool, but you can't bring no gun out there. Well, son, I ain't bringing no gun out there. So what I'm saying is when you got a public situation, Gerard, it's not like I have a second line in my house and you got an invitation to come in the party. This is a public domain. So I'm saying I don't know. I'm asking for you to give me an answer. How can you control that type of environment when it's a public type of deal? Even though we're telling everybody don't bring a gun.
What's the difference in what I just said, though? What's the difference? The word of mouth is a whole lot stronger than what we think. They didn't advertise the fact that everybody was going to be out there for Frankie Beverly's memorial. They had more Negroes out there for Frankie Beverly's memorial just on social media and word of mouth. Everybody dressed in white. And that ended up being a comparison. If we had that many people to go vote, we wouldn't have no problems. I'm like, here we go. But my point is, we tell everybody about the good time, but we don't tell everybody about the good time. And, hey, look, we trying to make sure that we can do this again without there being no incidents. Don't bring no mess out there.
I'm asking because maybe I never explained myself right.
You explaining yourself right. I'm trying to figure out what part of this you don't understand what I'm trying to tell you.
No, wait. I'm saying I don't understand. No, Gerard. I'm not saying I don't understand.
But listen to me, Mr. Elmo. I don't care if you're family and friends. Say it to anybody and have everybody to say it.
But once everybody did say everybody did that we know of. And you say, well, Mo, did you tell your friends? Because none of them all Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, they can't bring the weapons on them. And I said, yeah, Gerard, I did that. Well, when you look at the public situation, how are we going to keep someone from the public that may have a gun that do something? How can you stop that?
It's not that I can stop it. It's not that I can stop it. I'm telling you, we're not trying to.
Okay, Gerard, I see what you're saying. All right, bro. I ain't no problem with that.
We're not trying to. That's all.
I hear you, brother.
Okay. All right. Denise.
Hey, D, what's up?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Good and yourself.
All right. I called because I hear you guys are talking about the second line, and I want to state for the record, the whole second line family is my family.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's Revolution, 9 times, the Sidewalk Steppers. There's a cousin, there's an aunt, there's a somebody in there that's my family.
Okay.
And 9 times have been parading from that location for decades.
Mm-hmm.
What happened on Sunday should not have happened.
Right.
It should not have happened. But when there isn't a second line going on and that same thing is still happening, don't blame it on the second line because we don't have a second line every day. People, our children, family, whoever members are being killed every day. It's not just when the second line is going on. Focus on that. That's an organization that's been in this city forever. They're not going anywhere. There's not going to be.
So Ms. Denise, let's take that out. Let's take that out the whole conversation. And I don't want to sound disrespectful to anyone. I ain't talking about 9 times. I'm not talking about the Sidewalk Steppers. I ain't talking about 9 times. I could care less the names of any of the second line. So yeah, we're not talking about the organization. Hold on, let me finish. I'm not talking about the organization. I'm talking about it being anytime. Just like you said. You just said anytime, and you saying well, we won't talk about this. Yes, we do. We talk about it every single day. But I'm trying to tell you that the ramifications and the consequences of what happened this past weekend, whether it was 9 times, Sidewalk Steppers, it could have been doo-doo and poo-poo that was out there second line. It don't matter. The ramifications and the consequences of what happened has made international news. And these folks are going to come in here throwing down a big hammer, and we should be prepared for it.
Well, you know what? You know who won't be prepared for it?
Who?
The people who probably don't know about the city. You know something, Gerard? I know you say you're not from here. You're not from New Orleans.
Mm-mm.
And see, when I have a conversation with people that's not from New Orleans, there's always a but. There's always a but. But you wasn't there. You wasn't around when you was 10, 12, 14, however old it was growing up with this. So people who are not from New Orleans, you can call yourself a New Orleanian, but you don't know what that means.
So what you saying?
You can't say this. You can't say this to me, Gerard, because
yes, I can.
You're not from here.
It don't matter if I'm from here or not. I see that what's wrong is wrong. It don't matter if I'm from here or not. What's wrong is what's wrong.
And it shouldn't matter.
Ms. Denise.
That's how everybody else come into the city.
What's wrong is wrong. There is no right in this. Tell me what's right and what happened.
Nothing.
Then how in the hell you going to sit up here and tell me because I ain't from here that I can't see what's wrong? How you gonna sit here and tell me that?
No, I'm you know what? From that perspective, I didn't mean it that way because for you to be an outsider and to come in and see what's wrong, you see what's wrong. You came in to see what's wrong. We've been here seeing it's wrong, and nobody ain't did nothing
But
about
ain't nobody
it.
saying nothing that's from here, are they? You telling me that I'm from the outside and I'm not from here, and I'm saying something wrong.
No. I'm not saying that you are saying something wrong, Gerard. The people that come out to the second line, some have. Yes, Sunday was probably their first time being there.
But let me ask you this,
because
Ms.
they're
Denise.
not from there,
But don't you
they are
think?
the ones who complain.
But don't you think that it is time for somebody to say it?
Oh, yeah, it's been time.
So it don't matter to me if I'm from here. I could be from the moon. I'ma say it, cause these folks. I got a lot of folks that's from here. I know I ain't from here, but I got a lot of folks that's here that call me their son, call me their brother, love me just like I'm from here. I done picked up the dialect. I've been here over 35 years. And
Yes,
I can
indeed.
tell you something, Ms.
I
Denise.
understand that.
But
I feel that.
But I can
feel
tell
that
you
part.
something.
I feel you on that. But they have some people who have been here longer than that, and they don't feel the same way, Gerard.
You know what? I really don't care that they don't feel the same way. Sometimes the truth hurt, and it's usually the one that get hit by the rock.
Hello.
A hurt dog is the
Hello.
first one to scream.
We on the same page.
I
then.
got you.
Okay.
All right,
We
my
good.
baby.
All right.
Thank
later.
you much. I'm Treese.
Hello. I'm kind of sort of with Ms. Denise on how she started with you. Sometimes when we having these kind of conversations, you do show that you're not from here in a way that you're speaking, because there's no, if we want the non-top to continue, if we want this to continue, they can't take that from us because it's in us. Now, I'm going to say this. You know how many people get killed and shot at the wrecks? Do they ever say we're going to take the wrecks away? Somebody literally got killed in the Endymion parade, like by a float.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say, oh, well, we probably can't have this parade no more. So what we're saying is there's no way that things happen. And I say black people get together every day of the week in this city, and things don't happen everywhere black people are. So do we need to figure out some things to stop the violence? Yes, but that's overall, not just about a second line. We need to figure out a way to stop gun violence.
Well, why y'all there? Why y'all right there? I mean, I need y'all to open up your mind today, because y'all in one little
My mind is wide open.
No, it can't be, because that ain't what I'm talking about. That is not what I'm talking about. Y'all making this something that I'm not even talking about. And maybe I'm
maybe you need to make sure we
it.
understand, because we all can't be confused. We all can't
I don't
be
think
confused.
that everybody confused. I think that you two confused. I think you confused, and I think you and Mr. Denise are confused, because that ain't what I'm talking about. I'm telling you that whether it was at the second line, whether it was at a school or wherever it was, that somebody's going to have to pay some consequences for your actions.
Okay, but
non-top
don't have to pay the consequences. Second lines don't have to pay the consequences for gun violence.
Did you hear me when I
gun
said, Treese, that I ain't talking about the second line? I don't care about the second line. I don't care about the second line. I'm telling you about the actions of the people that were at the second line. That's what I'm talking about. You got me?
Let me tell you the second part that I can't agree with. We have to make people uncomfortable coming around us with foolishness. Now, that is something I can get a hold of, because that is me. If I have a cousin or uncle that's about BS, he ain't invited to the family function. Soon we see him a mile coming, he can turn back around. Here you go, baby.
So, Treese.
I saved you a piece for breakfast.
You talking to me?
No, I've dropped some food
I was
off
going to
to
say
my
thank
husband.
you if you was. I was going to say thank you. I'm hungry, too.
I was dropping food off to my husband.
Tell him I said hey, by the way. Tell him I said hey.
Gerard, say hello, baby.
But do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not talking about the second line. I don't know why this happened at the second line. What I'm telling everybody is, it don't matter if it's the second line. It could have been at a school. It could have been out just in the middle of the day. This ain't got nothing about somebody not being here. I'm telling you that these people have millions of dollars that are invested into this community, and this story right here is going to mess it up.
Only if we keep allowing for the narrative to be that. That's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes we got to push back on whatever narrative they want to give it, and push back and say, no, this is about gun violence.
No, this has been that.
This
But that
isn't
ain't the
about this
narrative
story.
that's already
You
been given.
can't
We
have it
can't
both
change that
ways.
narrative. That narrative always again. Did you know they put this as a mass shooting that has been classified as a mass shooting, just like the rest of them. This ain't got no how you put a narrative on it. This ain't the narrative has been set. We can't change it. How you gonna change it?
No, we can't. By not the same way we don't allow, the same way national media allows, and I hate to go there, Trump to carry his narrative and act like it's a story, like it's the story. The story is we have a problem with gun violence in New Orleans, and we need to deal with it.
And he's the what?
Because
now? And he's the what?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, but that's because we always allow the people with the bad guns.
The narrative has been
hold
set,
the
and we
narrative
can't
instead of us
change it.
not
Trees.
allowing ourselves to be gaslighted until we know what the real issue is. So why would we let them gaslight us into making like this the issue? Because that they can come over and put a Band-Aid over, and we still dealing with the issue while you done Band-Aided something for yourself.
And he got elected.
He got elected because he's
by those
he
people
allowed
that
everybody to be gaslighted.
and
Everybody allowed themselves to be gaslighted. Those people are dummies.
and he got
Those people are dummies.
and they gonna get everything
White
that they want.
supremacy is dummies, and that's what I'm saying. This narrative that
Amen
we're
to
going to
what you
have
just
to pay
said.
for gun violence is a white supremacy gaslighting technique that we keep falling under, allowing them to hold a narrative.
And the
That's the
narrative
truth.
has been set on this too.
It doesn't have to be for us
How you gonna change it?
because we don't accept it. We
No.
push
I
back
said,
on it.
how-
What you mean?
how are we gonna
We
change it?
change it by saying this is about gun violence. This is about anywhere you go, there's gun violence. They had somebody got killed last night. It wasn't at an event, but he got killed. His life is just as worthy as the mass shooting.
Absolutely.
It was gun violence.
Just like the lady that got hit with the car. Her life is mattering too. But I'm trying to tell you that if you just go on the internet yourself, I'm gonna give you an assignment. Just go through the search engine.
I don't need to go on the
I
internet
want you
myself
to.
and
I
see
want you
because
to.
I push back against that as well.
Listen
That's
to
what I'm
me.
saying.
Just listen to
If
me
you-
for 1 minute.
You can join the
Trees.
choir or you
just
can
go under
push
and
back.
look under gun violence in New Orleans, or you see mass shootings. Every one of the titles that have come up as far as you being able to click on it so that you can see has New Orleans 12 shot, 2 dead, 13 shot, then 2 dead, and this is made national and international news. Hell, they talking about it in Australia. And I'm trying to tell you that the governor that we have today is just as MAGA as the person that's sitting in the White House. And do you really think that they going to sit around and let all this stuff happen, whether it's at a second line, whether it's under the bridge with the homeless, where any of this stuff going to happen with Troop NOLA? The signs are right in front of our face. And I'm trying to tell you to be preventive to your sons, your nephews, the folks that you know before it gets out of hand. Because I'm telling you, they're coming. That's all.
And well, let me tell you this. This is something I was discussing with somebody this morning. We can't, how they done changed this law about, I don't know who's going to just give me change, Levine.
Yeah, they got the new law about putting 12, 13, and 14-year-olds
Well,
in jail.
what we need to fight for and push is for these schools to let us in so we can talk to these kids. Because I guarantee if you go to any of these, like DARE or any of these nonprofits or people or NORD and things like that, I guarantee if you go talk to the directors, they'll tell you how difficult it is to get into these schools and actually educate them and talk to them about things like that.
All right.
If you're not an influencer.
Okay. I got you, Treese. All right, baby. Thank you. I
Bye-bye.
appreciate your call. All right, Miss Lowe.
Brother Gerard, yeah, baby, they coming.
They coming.
You're right about that. This, to me, I didn't hear the whole scenario of the show, but what I caught the end of, and I saw some of it on the news. They coming, and guess what? They sure believe in making a place like New Orleans an example for what they want to do to the people here. And also, it's not about, and remember, the educational system is hooked up to the penal system here. So we need to understand to have our loved ones, children, grandchildren, and nieces and nephews to be aware of who they surrounding themselves with, because we seeing it the picture the wrong way. It starts with us at home because they waiting to make an example to show what they want to do. And New Orleans, they don't understand. New Orleans is on the map for that.
Yep.
They coming. So
Miss
we
Lil,
better get it together with these children. And know what, too? I'm gonna make it short, try to be quick as I can. Just like they had, who's to say it was children that did this? Who's to say, like, they was marching for Black Lives Matter? They have their people in the group starting off stuff. Who's to say that didn't trigger that? Because they want to take and make an example of this place to do what they want to do, to put fear in other places concerning us as a community of oppressed people.
Thank you,
Have
Ms.
a good one.
I
Thank you.
appreciate you, there. All right, y'all, more coming up. I see our phones lighting up. I ain't even take my break, did I? I'm sorry. Take my break, Jazz. We coming back. 504-582-9422 is the number. More next.
Hey, this is D. Riley from the 90s Hits R&B Jams. Make sure you listen to WBOK 1230 AM every Saturday night from 7 until 9 p.m. I'll be giving you the best R&B jams from the 90s. That's right, all your favorites and more. With me, D. Riley, your host of the 90s Hits, right here on WBOK 1230 AM, or listen online at WBOK1230.com. WBOK, the station you listen to longer.
Keep up with NOLA Public Schools through Education Elevation, hosted by Superintendent Dr. Avis Williams. Education Elevation will highlight the achievements, innovations, and contributions of scholars, educators, schools, and the district. Tune in every fourth Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. for engaging conversations and updates as we strengthen connections and support the needs of our scholars. Mark your calendars for every fourth Wednesday at 11:30 a.m.
Welcome to Chemical of the Month, a service of the community scientist and Rise St. James. This month, we're focusing on lead, a heavy metal that's dense, soft, and poses serious health risks. In Cancer Alley, lead exposure from industrial emissions or contaminated soil can significantly increase cancer risks and other health problems. Stay informed and protect your health. For more information, visit risesaintjames.org.
Do you have both Medicare and Medicaid? With the People's Health Medicare Advantage Plan, you could get up to $280 per month to spend on utilities, healthy groceries, and over-the-counter items. $280 per month. Don't miss out on these extra benefits. Call 1-844-663-2135. Plans are insured through United Healthcare Insurance Company or one of its affiliated companies, a Medicare Advantage organization with a Medicare contract and a contract with the state Medicaid program. Enrollment in the plan depends on the plan's contract renewal with Medicare.
Life is made of unforgettable moments. Being with the people you love and doing the things you love to do. But if you're over 75 or 60 plus with certain health conditions, you're at higher risk for severe illness from RSV. An RSV vaccine can reduce that risk so you can be there for all those moments you've yet to make. Risk less, do more. Get started at vaccines.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana companies through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about what the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation does, please visit www.jazzandheritage.org.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM.
Who bring the power to the people, partner? Who bring the power to the hood home? Hey. That's that. Tune into the reality check. Look. Who bring the power to the people, partner? Who bring the power to the hood home? Hey. That's that. Tune into the reality check. Look.
All right, folks, welcome back. I'm sorry, Jazz. I ain't even know we had went over the break time. I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, the phone's lit up too. 504-582-9422. Miss Anna, thanks for holding. Miss Anna?
Oh, yes. Gerard, how are you doing today?
Good, dear. How you doing?
I'm good. I had to get in this conversation because I did notice the news on Sunday evening.
Mm-hmm.
So it is anything considered being 4 or more shootings. Anyone that shot 4 or more people shot at that event, consider it as a mass shooting.
Yep.
This was passed, I think, with President Biden on last year. He had to come to a conclusion. The number of people at one event They didn't state how many people has to be at that event.
Right.
So long it is an event, 4 or more people shot at that event is considered to be a mass shooting.
Right.
Now, I'm on 100% with your backing. I had to jump in with the male caller and also the female caller. She wasn't hostile, but I think she was a little bit aggressive on her point. And speaking of who it was, talking about the social eventers who planned the event, it's okay. However, once it gotten out, that word gotten out to all of these people, all these media, CNN, I'm at CNN, NBSN, and all of them. I'm looking at, I'm watching because we have to be on watch. Now it's time for us to be what you call woke.
Yep.
Not sleeping.
Yep.
You
Ms. Anna,
gotta be woke.
if you pick up the phone and call somebody in Michigan, New York, California, unless they from here or been in New Orleans, and you say a second line, they gonna go, what? A what? Because they don't know what the second line is.
They don't know the meaning.
Right. So
it's a local culture.
It's a local
It is.
culture.
It's
Correct.
a local culture. Yeah.
So that's why I was trying to tell Mr. Denise. Maybe I got aggressive too, so I need to apologize to Mr. Denise. It's not to me about the second line. I'm not talking, and that's what I was trying to tell Mr. Elroy, because evidently Mr. Elroy didn't get it either. I'm not talking about a second line. I don't care if it's a second line or what. What I'm trying to tell you is we have been classified as a mass shooting less than 90 days away from one of the biggest events that's on a world stage.
That's right.
And this governor then already put a whole troop in New Orleans of law enforcement that has, and honestly, he followed up with many laws to say that if they bust you in the head, ain't nothing you can do about it. What I'm trying to tell you is we don't know what that order is going to be, but don't put yourself in a position where you are going to be a subject of it. We don't know what that order is going to be. So since we are here, let's have a discussion about it. And sometimes the truth hurts. The truth hurts sometimes, and I'm not going to shy away with it because I'm not from here. I'm going to talk about it in your face and let you know, yeah, I don't want to be nobody. Look, I might have a suit on today. I might be smelling good. I could be out there hosting parties and talking to folks that I like, but somebody that's behind me with the lights on, when they pulling me out of the car, they don't see me that way. They see me as a black man. That's it.
That's it. That's it. And I don't want to just go off, but I'm gonna just respond to the first statement, the last statement that you had stated, that when those people pull you out, what happens is that skin color, like you're saying, people who say I don't see skin color, you have to, because that's all what your eyes recognize. Either black, white, or maybe your ethnic group might come in, Chinese or whatever else. But that's what you see first.
Yeah.
But to say about the mass shooting, I want to know how many people have really picked up that 2024 legislative update. Delisha Boyd, the state representative. I have it here right now today. She sent it to me in July. I'm still reading all these laws, these new things, everything. This man in that governorship, you got a new person there. It's a new government has taken over Louisiana.
Yeah. Yep. That is
You're
true.
messing with the people money.
Messing with the people money. That's it.
That's the people money. That's not our money. NFL just waiting. He said, if not, it's not going to have a Super Bowl here again within 50 years. It's not coming back. It's going to be 50 years before they'll come back down here.
Yep. Messing with
That's
the people
it.
money.
They're wiping this out. They want to wipe it out. For one thing, once it really take hold to what kind of injury that has been done to these people, talking about not us, because the ones that's governing on top who look like us, oh, no, they're trying to wipe that out. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yep, there you go.
They've been trying to wipe that out.
All right, Miss Anna. Let me get these other calls.
Okay.
I appreciate you, my dear.
I'm not going to go political because I could get deep.
Oh, yeah, you went political already. You did already. So, thank you, my love. I appreciate you much.
Then.
Talk to you later.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
Mr. Bob.
Yeah, man, I want to say a couple of things. In my personal mind, I wish that we would put a hold on second lining until we get our business together for us black people. I mean, they do it every Sunday. But number two thing is this. The reason they want to abolish the FBI, I guess they coming, because the FBI, if they're gone, who's going to investigate police brutality and other wrongdoing by white supremacist group? Who's going to investigate it?
I have no idea. No,
like I said before, we are even paying attention about they want to abolish the FBI. You know, it's a reason they want to do that. The FBI did a lot of things for civil rights, like integrating schools and stuff like that. Now, to get rid of them, who's going to investigate these things? Nobody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, and we dancing all the time, not paying attention to everything.
Well, I think that
I haven't
that's
heard.
where we are now.
I haven't heard nobody say what will happen if the FBI is abolished.
Well, I don't know. I don't think that's the part of the conversation, but I got you.
No, but what I'm saying is just about you holler about they coming. If the state troopers coming. So when the state troopers NOPD doing the wrongdoing, who's gonna investigate them? What happened?
I guess the Department of
And
Justice.
what I'm saying is the number one thing that they want to do in Washington also, if you listen to the news, they want to what? They want to abolish the FBI.
Yeah, we got that part. I got you. All right, Mr. Bob. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
All right.
All right. 504-582-9422. As soon as Jazz get back, I know that people call him. Just let the phone ring until you pick up. I got him working right now. So my phones are ringing off the hook. They ringing off the hook. So, to clarify myself, let me clarify some stuff. I said what I said. That clarity enough for you? And I don't take it back. I think part of the problem is denial. Don't get it twisted, y'all, today that I'm thinking that y'all think I'm talking about second line. I'm not talking about second line. I could care less about second line. I don't go to second lines. I don't do them. I'm not the dancer. I'm not going to be out there. I'm not going to do it. This is not me talking bad about a second line. If that's your deal, that's what you like to do, enjoy it. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about consequences for your actions. That's what I'm talking about. And if some of you are going to have the audacity to call me and tell me that I'm talking about a second line and you offended that I ain't from here and all that, kiss my butt, because that ain't what I'm talking about. Get your mind right. I'm talking about consequences for your actions. I don't care if it happened at the second line, if it happened at a third line, whatever. It happened, and y'all messing with these people's money. Do not call me next week when somebody get their head busted or you get shot by law enforcement and you wondering, what happened? Did you hear the conversation? Because he or she was out there wilding out and you ain't talked to him. Open your mouth and talk to your kids. Talk to your cousins. Talk to your nephews. I'm trying to keep them alive. More coming up, y'all. Everybody hold tight.
AURN News. I'm Ebony McMorris. In a move that signals a continuation of his close ties with right-leaning media personalities, President-elect Donald Trump has chosen Sean Duffy, former congressman and Fox business host, as his nominee for Transportation Secretary. Duffy, who first rose to fame on MTV's The Real World, follows fellow Fox host Pete Hegseth, nominated for the Defense Department. Now, while Duffy's political background may resonate with Trump's base, his appointment raises concerns about how transportation policies could impact marginalized communities, including Black neighborhoods that often face neglect in infrastructure planning. Critics worry that a cabinet filled with media figures may lack the necessary experience and sensitivity to address the needs of communities effectively. Duffy's history in Congress and his public persona will be closely scrutinized as the nomination progresses, highlighting the potential red flags for voters who prioritize equity in government. For AURN News, I'm Ebony McMorris.
Trying to grow your business or increase traffic to your location? We can help. WBOK 1230 AM has a number of solutions that will meet your individual needs. Give one of our consultants a call today at 504-582-9420 or email us at info@wbok1230.com. And remember, an investment with WBOK is an investment in our community. Call today.
NOLA Public Schools' main round enrollment for kindergarten through 12th grade is now open. With 73 schools available through the NOLA Public Schools Common Application Process, or NCAP, finding the right school fit for your family is easier than ever. List up to 12 choices to maximize your chances and apply by January 24th. We're all in, and we hope you are too. Apply today at enrollnolaps.com. That's enrollnolaps.com.
Are you passionate about community safety and police accountability? Tune in to The Monitor's Mic, where we talk about oversight, policing, and you. Hosted by the Office of Independent Police Monitor, we're here to shine a light on policing issues that matter, from real-time policing updates to in-depth interviews. Get the facts and stay informed. We're breaking down complex issues, highlighting community voices, and holding people behind the badge accountable. Join us for an informative hour every Friday at noon on WBOK. Your city, your police, your show. The Monitor's Mic.
Hello, I'm Gary Clark. Please tune in to Dr. Clark 101, The Living Classroom, which is broadcasted weekly every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. on WBOK 1230 AM on your dial. And as always, it's been a pleasure.
Welcome to Liberty Bank and Trust, where your financial journey transforms communities. Since 1972, our customized banking solutions power your dreams and fuel your community growth. Every dollar you invest with us circles back to empower more people, ensuring opportunities for generations. Join us at Liberty Bank. Together, we empower possibility. Visit libertybank.net to start banking with purpose. Liberty Bank, there's freedom here.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana communities through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation, please visit us at www.jazzandheritage.org.
Join Inspire NOLA Charter Schools, Freddie King, Hancock Whitney, Six War Steppers, and more for 2 NOLA Love Drive-Thru Turkey and Ham giveaways. On Tuesday, November 26th, the first giveaway begins at 9 a.m. in Algiers at Alice Hart Charter School. And the second giveaway begins at 2 p.m. in historic Treme at the Mahalia Jackson Theater. Receive a free turkey or ham and food items while supplies last. We'll see you there. Learn more at inspirenolaschools.org.
Who bring the power to the people, partner? Who bring the power to the hood, home? Hey. That's that. Tune into the reality check, look. Who bring the power to the people, partner? Who bring the power to the hood, home? Hey. That's that. Tune into the reality check, look.
All right, 504-582-9422. Big, say it. What you say? Say it. All right, Ronnie.
Okay.
Ronnie?
Gerard.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Gerard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man, I'm sorry.
But and it might not have anything to do with the subject matter of today, but I think black people need to do more than just wake up or be woke, Gerard. I mean, we need to circle the wagon, man. Have you heard Donald Trump talking about reparation for white people who were discriminated through DEI and the fun? Come on, man, this guy he haven't even taken office yet. Now, I've been telling y'all, we just elected a Ku Klux Klan for a governor here. So what people don't realize is that all government in all its forms, Gerard, is inherently evil. See, the American experiment with that, it was the closest thing that man ever was able to devise. And that was, it was flawed. I think it was, it's a beautiful document on paper, but man, it's time for us to divest from the American government, man, and elect our own president.
All right,
we
Ronnie.
need our own.
I got to get ready for my news break, but I appreciate you, boss. Thanks for the call.
All right. No problem, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Have you heard the secret of what New Orleans is talking about? I promise everything will be okay if you're listening here on the airwaves. It's that WBOK 12:30 a.m.
WBOK 1230 AM New Orleans, home of the reality check, weekdays 1 to 4 p.m.
This news report is brought to you by New Schools for New Orleans.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 things you should know from BIN News. A Texas attorney representing over 100 plaintiffs in a lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs is being sued for extortion. Tony Busby allegedly offered mediation to avoid publicity, but opposing lawyers claim his evidence is entirely fabricated. Combs faces potential decades in prison if convicted of sex trafficking. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries will lead his party again in the lower chamber. Democrats elected him for another 2 years on Tuesday. Jeffries is the first black lawmaker to lead a party in Congress. Trump's sentencing in the New York City hush money case is delayed as the judge reviews his immunity claim. The case's future is unclear with his return to the presidency. And Los Angeles may soon become a sanctuary city. The city council will consider an ordinance backed by black Mayor Karen Bass to protect illegal immigrants, barring city resources from aiding federal immigration enforcement amid concerns over Trump's deportation plans. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 at BINnews.com.
New Schools for New Orleans, along with Allstate Sugar Bowl and Entergy New Orleans, would like to send a huge congratulations to our class of 2024 New Orleans Excellence in Teaching Award honorees. This year, we had 90 Teachers of the Year from each public school in New Orleans. Each of them was recognized at our annual gala, where we had over 350 attendees. We're excited to also share that each honoree is receiving a $1,000 classroom grant. Thank you for everything you do, teachers.
Who bring the power to the people, partner? Who bring the power to the hood home? Hey. That's that. Tune in to the reality check. Look. Who bring the power to the people, partner? Who bring the power to the hood home? Hey. That's that. Tune in to the reality check. Look.
All right, folks, welcome back. Final hour of the reality check. Let me see. Let me try this again. Bissett.
Hey, man, how you doing?
There you go. What you say?
Look, man, I tell you this. On Instagram, there was someone that knew, I guess, both of the gentlemen that was killed.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much his post was like, pretty much, I'm looking for blood. So I hope that the proper authorities are paying attention to all of that verbiage so we don't have further bloodshed.
Yeah, they monitoring, but I don't know how many folks they got, out there to stop retaliation. I don't know. I know they got some of the preventers out there, but
this was sent to me by a pastor. Again, to our men and women that wear the blue uniform, thank you for what you all do for us. To all of our first responders, our fire department, EMS, to the nurse that rose to the occasion, to everybody that helped.
Yep.
Self accountability. Michael Jackson has a song where it talks about the man in the mirror, and it's simply time for all of us to look at the man or the woman in the mirror and to see if we're teaching our children and our grandchildren things that need to be taught. And if they took certain things out of the schools, then you need to bring them and put them back in your home if they're not there, like civics, like prayer. You know what I mean? Like morals, like respect. And Gerard, Sunday, while a lot of people were at the second line, I was with Dr. Bowie in Baton Rouge in reference to the tax incentive for the film industry. Look like we're going to be okay, and it's scheduled again to sunset out at the beginning of 2031. Dr. Bowie, to all of our New Orleans delegation, our state representatives, our state senators, to this station, thank you all very much.
All right.
Thank you, Gerard.
All righty. Kevin.
Hey, yeah. I kind of caught the tail end of them talking about the second line. Look, first of all, I'm getting people who recognize me to tell me, oh, they see me on radio and basically just microaggressions, right? My thing is this. Look, I'm not looking to make friends here. Nobody's paying my bills. I love my people. I love my city. Most of all, I love me, and I live here. And I'm concerned about the quality of my life. If you don't care about yours, that's fine. If you don't understand about what all the elements involved with the quality of your life, there's some, that's my whole point. We need to get together and start making each other understand that. Look, I called yesterday and said, look, whatever I said. And it's the same thing I always say. It's never changed. It always comes down to accountability with our own selves, not the politicians, black or white, not the police. Nothing negative. We're accountable to us. If we want to see something different, we have to do something different. Everybody else doing them that we're talking negative about, okay? I'll tell you what's not going to happen. I can't tell you what's going to happen, but I can shortly tell you what's not going to happen based on a pattern. The collective black community is going to do absolutely nothing different. Racism, white supremacy has made us insane. We don't take full credit for being insane. That's put on us for centuries, okay? But the question is, and quit talking about black excellence. Black excellence is missing in action. If they were involved, we wouldn't be having these conversations. We'll be going along with the program that they come up with as the brain trust of the black community. Until we start being accountable for our own selves, and look, two things can happen at the same time. Like the young lady talking about second line, yeah, those people could want to gaslight us, but it don't change the reality of what they're gaslighting us about. We're giving them material because we're not addressing this stuff ourselves before it happens. And don't talk to them. Don't talk to people who come. Talk to each other. So there's power in numbers. If we start getting together and coming together as a group of people, it's going to have more influence on the people who are lost, creating these crazy situations that we're looking at right now. So until we start doing something with each other and acting like we're a unified force, whether it's one of us, whether it's two of us or 10 of us, we blowing smoke in the wind and doing something, not just talking about it, but doing something.
Okay.
Doing something.
All right, Kev. Thank you, boss.
Thank you.
All right. George.
Man.
What you got?
Bruh, here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to try to keep this short because I know how hard it was for me to get on the phone. Black excellence if I ask the question, the most educated females in America, we're going to come up with black excellence, right? In Louisiana, if I ask the most incarcerated female in the state of Louisiana from 1984 to 2017, exponentially at 1,000% a year, it's a black woman. And what that currently represents to me is this. The problem you've been talking about is, hey, we got to watch them people coming with some stuff. A part of our problem, which has been overstated over and over, is that our children with these guns are emotional, insecure, out of control, will kill without thought. I'm looking at a movie on TV called Ray Jr., not Ray Charles. And the whole point of his rap is this. This is the kid. He killing niggas. He moving up. He got his house bigger than the treasure.
George, you can't say that.
I know, but I done done it.
If you know that, then why are you saying it? Today ain't the day, dog. Today ain't the day. Today ain't the day. I'm telling you, you can't say that.
I don't mean to be. We can gloss over because I ain't gonna go back that direction.
George.
All right.
I'm telling
but
you,
the point
you can't
is,
say that.
The point is,
do you understand me though? But do you understand what I'm saying to you? You can't say that on the air.
I got it, bro. You ain't got to. I said
then
it.
Why just say it then?
I didn't mean to say
just
it,
say okay. Just say okay. Just say okay. All right.
Yeah, okay. I
All
got
right.
you. You
Go
know I
ahead.
love you. You know I ain't about it. But this is what I'm watching. These kids are watching, which is now totally mainstream to them, is the level of violence that they have to live in their own community in order to succeed. And the level of violence that I'm looking at this movie, I'm like, how the heck did this movie, it's cable TV, but how did this movie even get on cable TV? Because all it does is perpetuate the black violence in the black community. And anybody listening to you with them kids, what you doing over there, Dillard and Xavier and whatnot, everybody needs to be paying close attention to what these young people are telling you. They really do. You're doing a huge community service by giving people like me insight to what's going on in their world, because we are no longer a part of that world.
Nope.
We are no longer a part of that world. And when you sit here, and I have people here listening on the radio talking about the problem is guns. Yeah, the problem is guns, but the problem is black people. And if we don't shape up, we are looking at what's coming to us like a freight train coming down the hill, bro. We got a governor who done already took over the DA's office. Ooh-wee, an elected official. So it ain't nothing for him to take over NOPD. As far as I'm concerned, all that foolishness with shooting and the sheriff and the NOPD commissioner standing there talking about and they bop in the background, all that to me is just a setup for them to make the next step anyway. And the things that I think I heard you, because I've been intermittently at this conversation, the things I think I heard you saying to people is, man, look, y'all better be paying attention because there's more going on than you actually paying attention to.
We ain't paying attention. Not at all.
Huh?
We're not paying attention. I have come to that conclusion just in this conversation today, because I'm ending up in an argument about me because I had the audacity to say something about an incident that happened at the second line.
Right.
And it became about the second line instead of it being about the issue. So I'm more than likely going to be really upset in a few minutes, just be on the air, just screaming and hollering in a few minutes, and Jazz is going to translate for me just my anger side. So he's going to translate for it.
Oh, you got your translator?
Yeah, I got translated for me on.
Hold on. Can I do a little translation in that? In the famous words of Jeremiah
Because
White?
I done heard your words for the day, and your words for the day, I cannot let you say those words for the day on air.
I'm not going to say that word, but here's what I'm going to say. In the name of Jeremiah White, the preacher.
You done ruined my trust in that, so no, sir.
Oh, no. God dag on a second line. I even cleaned it up for you.
No, you've been practicing. That's all.
I done cleaned it up for you, bro. But yeah, man, this you know what you were talking about is people are not seeing what the other shoe is waiting to drop.
Yeah.
We are talking about the inside problem. Man, we know all the answers to the problem.
We already know that part. That ain't the part. I need everybody to open up their mind, and the mind is not open. Not today. I don't know if we stuck on the situation where it was or what it was during. No, that ain't what I'm talking about.
We hanging on to our old liberal talking points. That's what the problem is. Because the problem is way progressed that, bro.
Yeah. All right, George. I got to take these other calls.
Hold on, brother. Let me go without saying it. I ain't listening to George G. Man Stephen on WBOK with Jazz on the backboard. I'm going to miss out on supporting black facts and conversation. I need to be knowing and having. Love y'all.
All right, George. Yes, indeed. Terry.
Hey, Gerard. How you doing?
Oh, I'm here today. What you say?
I was listening to the conversation. I mean, I think that, I know you didn't mean to have the argument with the lady. I don't think she meant no harm. I don't think you meant no harm. So, I mean.
No, I know she didn't. That's why I apologize.
Yeah,
if she took
just a little heated emotion. That's all. And, that's what, there go with misunderstanding. See, it just, you was trying to convey one message. She was trying to convey her message. So, at the end of the day, like you say, the problem still exists. All right, this is my take. This is how I feel. I've been here all my life. I'm saying is that it's just we have a problem. Our people, we have a problem. And like you say, it's not about the second line. It's not about the Super Bowl coming. It's really about our culture of violence. We like it's just a part of New Orleans, and it shouldn't be. We shouldn't have that mindset. Because when I came up, we didn't have violence like that. We had some violence. Now, don't get me wrong. We've always had violence, but at certain times, with the second lines, I noticed a lot of that violence has increased with the parades and stuff like that. I don't know where it's just coming from. I think, like you said earlier, you was right. You was on the right track. It starts at home. My mom, she's been gone for 13 years, but, she taught us, never to go to that level of taking somebody else's life, no matter what they did to you, y'all make amends, y'all just don't see each other. There's a way to handle it. That's what I'm saying. We need to get to that. I mean, you always talk about what's the solution. We have got to find a way to stop doing this to each other. And that has nothing to do with the white people and the Vietnamese in the area. We're talking about us as a people, as a whole. Mm-hmm. We need to stop that, and until we stop that, we're going to always have this problem. We're going to always have this problem.
Yeah. There you go. All right, Terry. Thank you, boss.
All right, Gerard.
Talk to you in a minute.
All right.
I need to woo-saw beforehand. Let me see. Let me talk to my folks that are 50 and up, 50 years old and up. Because some of y'all that, I didn't go as far as saying 45 and up. Some of y'all that age, you like to go to second lines. You like to go out to the club or so. Well, I got checked on that too about going to the club. And you 50 years old. Y'all didn't go to the club. Y'all went to the bar room. That's the difference, huh? Y'all went to the bar room. But when you went, but let's say, and now let me use the second line here for a minute. And I'm going to use it today, not yesterday or when you used to go, because some of you still do go. I see plenty of folks that might be 45 and up. You're not taking no gun. You ain't shooting. It's our young folks that are having a problem with working out their problems. They're having an issue about working out their problems and thinking that the responsibility of taking care of that person and shooting them is going to make this go away, which when you pull a gun and shoot somebody, you have now created a hatred for you and your family because other folks will be like, I don't like you because back in the day, I'll never forget. I was sitting with who is that? Brother Muhammad, Willie Muhammad, and when they were doing that prevent hotline, I think they're still doing it. I'm not certain. He was telling me about a young man that had a conflict problem, and they intervened and sat down and talked with both sides. And they were trying to figure out why this young man had a problem with this guy. And he said, we were sitting on our porch and this guy was walking down the street and he just kept staring at us. So we thought he had a problem. It was assumed he had a problem. So I didn't know if I should shoot him before he tried to shoot at me. I'm like, wow. Is that what we think of each other? Because one of the things, this is going to sound terrible. This is actually going to sound very terrible and very prejudiced. I'll put it that way. Why black men mostly, why black folks are shooting other black folks? You shooting other black folks, you ain't got nothing. They don't have nothing. What you shooting them for? Because they said something? I'm trying to figure that out. Why do black men shoot one another? Hatred for the person? So, to make a long story short, I want to take out the second line all together, and tell you the actions that just happened. Them folks don't care about you. Would you please stop thinking that they do? Oh, our culture, baby, they didn't come down here and hijack your culture. They doing everything you doing. They out there at the second line. They doing Mardi Gras. And what was interesting today was I even saw a baby doll today. She out there just dancing like everybody else. But I know what the baby doll. Listen, I didn't know what the baby dolls was when I first came here. I had to actually research it to find out what was the baby dolls all about. And it was surprising when I read it, but I was like, oh, okay, that's what it is. And that's part of the culture. I understand it's part of the culture. But they didn't hijack that too. So let's not act like that they're not. Hey, Ron.
What's going on, G?
You the man. What's happening with you, brother?
I'm chilling, man. You know, first shouts out to the Fatherhood Roundtable as well as the People's Political Party. Do you remember the Sugar Bowl that was here last year? I'm gonna start with that to piggyback off what you just said just now. Well, anyway, when the coaches got off the private jet, did you see the band that was playing for them?
Yeah, it didn't look like
the
us,
second
did
line
it?
band? No, it didn't.
It wasn't us.
So with that goes to show you about, you know, the culture being, you know, hijacked. But you know, I'm gonna say this because, you know, I'm a man and I know who I am. You feel me? But when my cousin got killed a couple of months ago, right? I was one of the ones who was looking for blood. Thank God that the police did catch the dudes that did that. Because one thing, and I'm not just saying this because that's my cousin, but the way how that dude lived, that dude wasn't out here like that. So I said that to say, you know, we don't be understanding that trauma is real, and a lot of us are walking around with undealt with trauma because we was taught that, you know, we don't talk about this, or we don't do this and we don't do that. So a lot of us are walking nuclear bombs right now. Now, what Sister Amtrice was saying earlier, words are powerful because terminology is powerful because the way the picture is being painted as if, you know, the shooting was because of the second line, right? But it was a shooting that took place at the second line, not because of the second line.
I agree.
How it's being put out there.
I agree.
You know, and it's not to take away from none of what you're saying. I'm just, you know, just saying where we at. We just need to be able to learn how to have conversations and leave the emotional part out of it. Because, see, when we have conversations, you know, the emotions take over, and that kind of deflates, like, the facts and things like that. Even when we have the conversation about voting, right? Like you were saying, somebody put the post, if all those Negroes that was out there at the Mays second line would have voted, we would have had this. Look, to be honest with you, people been voting for years, getting the same game, just different characters. Because, again, there is no way in 2024 we supposed to be having the same problems that our ancestors had when they was here. So, I mean, it just goes to show that you know, the same things just constantly happen. But again, like you were saying earlier, we got to be the ones to stand up and say, you know what, enough is enough. Like say, they coming. What is our contingency plan once they get here? And what are we going to do once they get here and say what we can do? We need to have our stuff in place to where we making sure we doing what we supposed to be doing. Because if not, right, they got people that's going to take and make their platform our platform.
And they're doing it. They're already doing it. Already doing it. So
but the reason why that is happening is the simple fact, when Michael Jordan come out, I'm sorry, G, I'm getting loaded over here in this.
I hear you. The man making all that money.
But I'm trying to. But you know, at the end of the day, it's certain things that we need to be held accountable for, because there is no way in 2024 again we still suffering from the same things our ancestors supposedly died for. And I'm going to just leave it right there. I kind of lost my train of thought, too.
All right. Hey, Ron, she done messed you up bad.
All right, brother.
Appreciate you, Doc. All right, more coming up, y'all.
Right.
We got to take a break.
Norman Robinson is back.
Can you hear me now?
And he's taking no prisoners.
Can you hear me now?
Each weekday, Norman Robinson brings you commentary with Off the Top.
The incident was shocking, disturbing, disgusting, disappointing, and sad.
Each weekday, Off the Top with Norman Robinson is heard exclusively right here.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
Keep up with NOLA Public Schools through Education Elevation, hosted by Superintendent Dr. Avis Williams. Education Elevation will highlight the achievements, innovations, and contributions of scholars, educators, schools, and the district. Tune in every fourth Wednesday at 11:30 a.m. for engaging conversations and updates as we strengthen connections and support the needs of our scholars. Mark your calendars for every fourth Wednesday at 11:30 a.m.
Life is made of unforgettable moments. Being with the people you love and doing the things you love to do. But if you're over 75 or 60 plus with certain health conditions, you're at higher risk for severe illness from RSV. An RSV vaccine can reduce that risk so you can be there for all those moments you've yet to make. Risk less, do more. Get started at vaccines.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Greetings, WBOK family. This is Jason Clark, host of United Way and You. Be sure to tune in next Thursday at 12 p.m. when we'll be speaking with Melanie Richardson, co-founder and executive director of Training Grounds, a United Way funded partner. The topic will be the We Play, We Connect Family Resource Hub. Please tune in if you're able. Until then, we only have one life to live, so live united.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, and on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
Join Inspire NOLA Charter Schools, Freddie King, Hancock Whitney, Six War Steppers, and more for 2 NOLA Love Drive-Through Turkey and Ham giveaways. On Tuesday, November 26th, the first giveaway begins at 9 a.m. in Algiers at Alice Hart Charter School, and the second giveaway begins at 2 p.m. in historic Treme at the Mahalia Jackson Theater. Receive a free turkey or ham and food items while supplies last. We'll see you there. Learn more at inspirenolaschools.org.
Making a difference in the community. WBOK 1230 AM.
Who bring the power to the people, partner? Who bring the power to the hood home? Hey. That's that. Tune into the reality check. Look. Who bring the power to the people, partner? Who bring the power to the hood home? Hey. That's that. Tune into the reality check. Look.
All right, welcome back. Gerard Stevens with you. Whew. But I'm tired. This show done wore me out today. Do I have to do any more? I'm ready to go home now. I'm tired.
30 more minutes.
I got 30 more minutes. I gotta do 30 more minutes. Everybody understand?
You could get away with 27.
Huh?
You could get away with 27.
How about 26? 26. Give me 26.
You're pushing it.
I know. All right. I'm at the point of hoping that everybody understands something. And what you understand is the same thing that I hate to use it in this context because he's going to pick up the phone. He's going to call me because I know he's listening. And that is in the same context as what Mr. Harrell says all the time. Knowing who you are and what you are. And mostly knowing who you are. So as I was thinking about the conversation today, I think Sid said it online. He said, "Do you know something that we don't?" Yes, I do. Some of the meetings I end up having to go to because of what I do. And I'm going to go back to a telephone call that we got last week from retired Major Tracy Riley, who was in her car coming back from the Capitol because attorney Michelle Charles was calling everybody and letting everybody know there's a bill that is being put in place here that's supposed to be talking about taxes. But State Representative Cloud put in and snuck in that bill that your 13, 14, 15, and 16-year-old. I think it's 13, 14, 15, 16. Might be 14, 15, 16. Can now be arrested and placed in adult jail. And they passed it. Hello? They passed it. So the folks that don't know about it, which would be me, you, and everybody else, we did know about it. But it took those folks, the retired major, Attorney Michelle Charles, and all of those activists to go to Baton Rouge. And I can also see the legislative video where even Senator DuPlessis started questioning, why are we here? Well, what are we doing here with this conversation? And who snuck that part of a bill about taxes within this bill? Who did this? And Representative Cloud stood up and said, I did it. And they passed it, saying that we want to put your 13, 14, 15, 16-year-olds in jail if they by any chance fall into a category, I think 15 different law enforcement issues that you could be charged with. They want to put your kid in jail. And I was asking, well, where's the rehabilitation? That there is none. They can end up being put in adult jail. But this is a bill about taxes. It's a bill about taxes, your taxes, that they snuck into that bill. And we sitting back having a baby. We doing a good deal. We sitting down drinking Kool-Aid and coffee and Coca-Cola and having a good time. That's what we doing. Mm-hmm. We just having us a good time, right? But how many of our kids could end up making a very bad mistake or being with somebody and somebody gonna come in like, bruh, you right. Let's just say that your 14, 15, 16-year-old is riding in the car with the dude headed to the second line. Oh Lord, there he go again. Yep. Jazz, you need to translate? You don't need to translate? Am I doing all right? I'm doing
so
okay.
far so good.
So far so good. Okay. But let's say he in the car. And little Steve in the car with him got intentions that are up to no good. Now, your son, your nephew, your brother does not have them same intentions. He going for the ride. He won't go to the second line. Okay, I can change it to the parade. Should I change it to the parade? I can change it to the parade. And it ain't necessarily Zulu. Let's say Endymion. All right, okay. And by some chance, he got a gun with him. And by some chance, he get in an altercation where he pick up that gun and he shoot at somebody or shoot somebody. Your son, your cousin, your brother, your nephew is in the car. Guess what? Him going down too. Because he now is an accessory. Do you really think that them folks that ain't from here. Oh, let me throw that in here. They not from here. They from the state of Louisiana and them little small hick towns. They don't give a damn about you. Do you really think that they care that your son didn't do nothing, but he was in the car hanging out with that boy that had bad intentions in the first place? He need to pick better friends. That's what they're going to say. And he going to jail too as an accessory to a shooting, aggravation, murder, whatever he going to be charged with. He going. Oh, let me throw the girls in there too, because y'all remember we had girls riding around in the cars and rolling down the windows, having a gun, shooting up at the shooting at people on the interstate. They going to. Trust me, I go over to the jail right at 2,800 Perdido. We got a whole jail for women, and they about full too. Do y'all realize? Okay, so now I'm gonna start using my statistics. I don't know if you're gonna need to translate on this one, Jazz, but if you do, just let me know. Do you all realize that we have an overcrowding of people in that jail right now? We're about 1,200. I can pick up the phone and call the sheriff and have her to tell you herself if you want me to. About 1,250. We're supposed to be about 900. They're trying to find places to put them. What's alarming to me is that it ain't just NOPD no more that's bringing them in. Y'all ever seen them bay doors open? You should see when they bringing them in. They had to turn the lights on and the bay doors open and they bring them inside the jail and everything. And they're in the back of the car. But what's getting out of the car should be alarming. That's why I'm so passionate about this. They're not pulling in 40, 50, 60-year-olds. They pulling in kids. And it's the troops. It's the state police. It's the U.S. Marshals. They working here too. I don't know if y'all know that. The U.S. Marshals is working in New Orleans. They got every agency you should possibly think of bringing them in. They got a whole list of the ones they're going to get. Do y'all realize that? They know who you are. They coming to get you. That's why I keep saying they coming. They got a list. And before they go out, they all stand around and they meet. As they loading up, as they putting their daggone bullets in the guns, their loads in the shotguns, their vest on for protection, and get ready to load up their vehicles. This is who we going to get. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Hey, go out and go get them. What disturbs me about this is, I'm sorry, y'all, if y'all got offended today. If you got offended, I'm sorry, tough. You're just going to have to be offended. Because the majority of the folks that are in that jail today, and I'm only talking about the one here. I ain't even talking about Angola. I ain't talking about the one in Jefferson Parish. I'm not talking about the one in Plaquemine Parish or St. Bernard or St. John the Baptist. I ain't even talking about Triggs Jail. I'm talking about the one right here at 2,800 Perdido Street. It disturbs me that the majority of those folks that are in that jail, I'm talking about 85 to 90%, are us. Under some bull crap. He ain't like me, so, since he ain't like me and my family didn't like him, we had to, use that Nina. What? We falling right in line. We falling right in line. So you think that 80, 90% is bad, right? Let me give you a worse one. What's even worse is the fact that I know that after you get out, that I'm going to see you again. 8 to 9 times. I'm going to see you again. The recidivism rate for Orleans Parish Jail is 8 to 9 times. So when somebody gets out, you're going to at least see them back in 8 to 9 times again. And some of this is crushing in the sense of you not only have them doing this 8 to 9 times, you also have whole families. The husband, the wife, the mama, the child, the grandmama, all in the jail. The whole family in the jail. And you all got a problem with what I'm saying today? That's why you heard me raise my voice today. Y'all should know when I'm passionate about something, it's because I see it for myself. I ain't making this up. Not making this up. I tell you something else that's sad to me. On the ones that when you go over, boy, everybody big dicking, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro, what's up? What's up? What's going on, bro? What's up? Hard. They hard. Until they slap them shackles and them chains and them cuffs on you. And then them same ones that's hard. Next thing you know, they're crying. Man, please do me a favor, G. What? Call my mama. No, bruh. You was hard just a minute ago. Man, call my mama, bro. Call my mama. Elvin, what you say?
Hey, what's happening, G?
How you doing, brother?
I'm all right, WBOK family and them fly-by listeners and the monitors. So I've been off and on, G, and hopefully I'm on point because I caught the last bit and I caught the first bit. But to me, because I guess some people have been calling in being offended. But to me, it just seemed like you was making a public service announcement to the neighborhood.
Yep.
Not about any particular event, but about the word event in itself.
You've been on. Mm-hmm.
So, and then the next part of that, which I called, which you stole the thunder, was the bill got passed in a tax session. So, what you did, and what you said and what they did is equal to a spy boy, all our Indians out there, because when you send a spy boy, the spy boy and somebody else see the spy boy, that means they here. They not coming, they here.
Mm-hmm.
So the crescendo in all this, G, is going to be the mayoral race. Because by them flipping that kind of stuff in while we not paying attention, while we being argumentative amongst ourselves and not paying attention to what the symptoms and what the paragraph and the context clues are really saying, something going to get snuck in just like just now, and we're going to be looking around talking about, wait, but, just like Dr. Shepard said, when at the election, how all these people talking about Googling, can you change your vote? No! Come on, man. Come on, people. Come on, family. Bruh, we all know we got people in our families. We from the city. We been from the city for generations.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, when we going to say enough is enough? Because even though we not saying enough is enough, Them people saying enough is enough, and if they got to kick you out your own house, so be it, because that's just what they doing, kicking us out of our own house.
But I don't
Well,
think
we over here arguing over, don't throw my TV out, I paid for that TV.
Well, I just think that there is somebody that has to say it. And whatever we need to talk about as far as preventive is what we need to be talking about now. Because the situation has already happened. This ain't got nothing to do with the culture. The second line ain't got nothing to do with that. This is a conversation that, and I'm going to just be honest and go ahead on and say what needs to be said. Black people that are out here, and y'all got black sons or daughters that might be out here wilding out in the street. Stop saying that ain't my baby. Lord have mercy, what they doing. Don't call me after this happens. I need you to have the conversation with your sons and your daughters right now and get them in line and straight and make sure that they ain't hanging out with that crowd that's going to get in trouble. Because somebody going to get in trouble. Somebody going to get killed. Somebody going to get hurt if they don't.
Somebody going to go to jail.
And if they don't, they already going to jail. Because I see it every day. I be sitting there saying to myself, Lord, have mercy.
Well, gee, in closing, to show you the personal point and why I felt what you was feeling, and I'm not trying to make this about me, I'm giving everybody a real-world scenario and situation. I had a 8-year-old that girlfriend were taking care of and had been taken care of for a while. His mother decided, well, you don't need to be talking to him like that, but he living in my house. He been living in my house for 5 years. Why you been living your best life? But you decide to take him because you want to do what you want to do. You want to live your best life, smoking marijuana, doing all the other stuff that you ain't supposed to be doing around an influential child.
Right.
The first week he got taken from us, he got suspended from school. You know what the mama said?
What?
Well, that was just, man, they were just, I don't know what was going on. Maybe they were just picking on him. What?
No.
He just got there, and he knows now that he's in an environment where there are and he can have absolute control of what he want to do, and there are no rules and regulations and guidelines. So,
did I miss you? Hello?
Do we need to call him? Do we need to call Alvin? Oh, no, don't call him. Don't call him. Don't call him. Please don't call him.
Yeah.
So we need to be accountable, because if we not going to be, and if we not going to have that tough conversation, have the conversation. If they don't listen, that's all on them.
Yep.
The proverbial, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink it.
There you go.
All right, G. Good
all right,
night,
my brother.
man.
Talk to you in a minute.
All right, now.
All right, we get you ready for the sports report coming up. We got to take a break.
Hey everybody, it's Graylin Bryant Banks.
And Kimber White Dupree.
From the front porch, y'all. You know how we do. Every Monday is Moving Monday.
And Tuesday is Trivia Tuesday.
And y'all know we have nothing but bad cheering coming through here on Wednesday.
But stick with us. On Thursday, we travel.
That's right. And Friday's Free Your Mind Friday, so get your brass up.
Something on your mind? Want to get it off your chest?
Holla at your people. WBOK 1230 AM, the station you listen to.
All day long.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
It comes as no great surprise that a federal judge has ruled that Louisiana's law requiring the Ten Commandments to be posted in all public school classrooms is unconstitutional. The judge's ruling strikes at the heart of a law that opponents viewed as a direct challenge to long-established constitutional principles. The law, proposed by Republican Governor Jeff Landry and passed by the Republican state legislature, is intended to promote moral values by displaying the Ten Commandments in public schools. They argue that the commandments are fundamental ethical guidelines that could serve as a moral compass for students. They appear to have overlooked the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment, however, which prohibits the government from endorsing or promoting any particular religion. The federal judge, agreeing with critics of the law, sided with the Constitution. Moreover, the U.S. Supreme Court has consistently found that religious displays in public schools, such as posting the Ten Commandments, cross the line into government endorsement of religion. Louisiana State Attorney General Liz Murrill argues that the Ten Commandments are not strictly a religious symbol, however, but a reflection of moral law. The courts have repeatedly rejected that argument, making it clear that such displays cannot be seen as neutral in the context of public education. That notwithstanding, though, the state attorney general vows to appeal the case to a higher court. No doubt she's hoping it ultimately ends up at the U.S. Supreme Court. I suspect she's banking on a better outcome with a hearing before a court that sits 6 conservative justices and only 3 liberals. That aside, though, this current ruling is a reaffirmation of the core American principle that government and religion should remain separate. It ensures that public schools continue to be spaces where students of all faiths or none can learn without fear of government-imposed religious tenets. The case will certainly be appealed, though. May the Supremes ultimately get it right. This is Norman Robinson. Off the top.
Keep up with NOLA Public Schools through Education Elevation. Join Superintendent Dr. Avis Williams monthly as she shares district updates, celebrates schools, scholars, and more. Tune in every 4th Wednesday at 11:30 a.m.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is the nonprofit organization that owns the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival presented by Shell. With the funds generated from Jazz Fest, the foundation invests in Louisiana communities through economic development, cultural enrichment, and free educational programs. To learn more about the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation, please visit us at www.jazzandheritage.org.
It's Gerald McBride here, letting you know how Chevrolet is supporting the next generation of black professionals. For the 8th summer in a row, Chevrolet is teaming up with the National Newspaper Publishers Association to power the futures of 10 multi-talented, historical black college and university students with the Discover the Unexpected Fellowship. Together, these stellar fellows will drive their legacy, owning their story in the Chevrolet tracks. Visit nnpa.org/ChevyDTU to learn more.
WBOK is pleased to announce the reboot of Crosstown Conversations with host Gene Nathan. A heightened focus on cultural entertainment events and the creators who present them. The new time is now Saturday at noon. Tune into the stories of our exploding creative scene with Gene Nathan on Crosstown Conversations.
New Orleans, get ready for Inspire Fest. Join us on December 7th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at McDonough 35 High School for a day of family, fun, music, and a chance to learn more about Inspire NOLA Schools, the highest performing open enrollment schools in the city. Enjoy live performances by Tanya Boyd Cannon, Brassaholics, and BJ So Cole. Bring the family, enjoy the entertainment, and see what makes Inspire NOLA different. Don't miss this unforgettable day. Find out more at inspirenolaschools.org.
Hey, this is Ro Brown, and the Sports Report is coming up next, right here on WBOK, 12:30 a.m.
Who bring the power to the people, partner? Who bring the power to the hood home? Hey. That's that. Tune into the reality check. Look. Who bring the power to the people, partner? Who bring the power to the hood home? Hey. That's that. Tune into the reality check. Look.
All right, folks. Hold on. Big Said.
Hey, Gerard, how you doing today, brother?
Good, man. Thanks for holding so long.
They work you hard, man, huh? Hey, bro, it's been a rough week. And Gerard, I just want to go back. That young lady you had on last week, man, that broke my heart, man. Oh, man, I don't know what follow-up on that is. But Gerard, the second line, the shooting had nothing to do with the second line, bro.
No. Nothing.
And what, man, I remember when I was a young man, the guy was in the rider, man, I hit a band and we followed all the way to the St. Thomas, all the way over, and it was, it was a beautiful thing. But and part of what we have now, Gerard, we have some adults that have these young people, even some of their children, bring them into the underworld, man. But then you got some of these kids, when you look at them, you see how soft they are. They're not even made for that kind of world.
Right. And
so, and Gerard, you know, when you're talking about, you said 13 with the charging as an adult.
Yep. I think it's 13 or 14.
I don't know. I don't know where I read that at. I don't know if I got it off the.
It's in the bill.
News.
It's in the bill.
Yeah, but I was looking at that, and I was wondering if somebody will ever talk about that.
I did last week. As a matter of fact, Tracy Riley called me on the air, on the road. She was on the road to Baton Rouge.
I haven't listened as much as I want to. So. But, man, when I thought about that, man, all I could thought of, what I really thought about, I have a grandson. He's autistic.
Right.
He went to St. Michael. But my daughter decided to send him to a regular school. And, I sort of thought about, too, man, sometimes those kids with autism, people don't understand them. And, they'll call the police for those little kids in a minute now.
Yeah, well.
So,
all right.
I don't, man.
Coolin'. All right, Big Sid, let me get out of here, man. And
all right,
I got to get out here for Ro Brown because he's coming up next. All right, brother. Talk to you later. All right, that's going to wrap things up for me. Appreciate everybody for being a part of the conversation. All I can do is say, get ready. Get it ready. I ain't even going to go over there and say I ain't being nowhere near Jubilee. Just get it ready. All right? The Sports Report is up next. I will see y'all on tomorrow. Y'all be good.
From the campus of Xavier University.
Look.
WBOK 1230 AM. Go. An Equity Media Station.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 things you should know from BIN News. A judge is reportedly holding an emergency hearing after Sean Diddy Combs' jail cell was raided. His lawyers claim feds seized privileged materials, including trial strategies, ahead of his May sex trafficking trial in New York. The defense begins its case in Marine veteran Daniel Penny's New York City subway chokehold trial after prosecutors arrested. Penny is accused of recklessly causing a black man, Jordan Neely's death. The defense challenges the medical examiner's findings and may call Penny's sister to testify. Following Monday's stabbing spree in Manhattan, Black New York City Mayor Eric Adams is calling for more psych beds and clearer hospital hold standards, defending his program to remove the mentally ill from the streets. And Ukraine is starting to fire U.S.-made missiles into Russia. That's according to Moscow, which said it shot down 5 U.S.-made missiles today. It's the first time Ukraine has launched a strike on Russia since President Biden gave the okay for the country to use U.S. weapons against Russia. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 at BINnews.com.
WBOK 1230 AM online at WBOK1230.com.
Come out and play. You know we had to do a remix, right?
Niggas is mad, I get more butt than ashtrays. Fuck a fair one, I get mine the fast way. Ski mask way, and nigga ransom notes. Far from handsome, but damn a nigga tote. More guns than roses, foes is shaking in their boots. A visible bully, like the gooch, disappear, vamoose, you whack to me. Take them rhymes back to the factory. I see the gimmicks, the whack lyrics, the shit is depressing, pathetic. Please forget it. You're mad cause my style you're admiring. Don't be mad, UPS is hiring. You should have been a cop, hip-hop. With that freestyle, you're bound to get shot. Not from Houston, but I rap a lot. Pack the gat a lot, the flame's about to drop.
Here comes a brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. I'm just kicking new flavor in your ear. Like a brand new flavor in your ear. Here comes a brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. Word up, no rap, no
crap, you bore me. One to grab my body, too lazy, hold it for me. I'm straight rap great, bust the head straight and dreads, I'm everlasting. Like it's so on pro cash, a tech 9, when I rhyme, plus I climb, word is bond. Your album couldn't with one line. It's been 3 years since your last tear, but now I reappear, your heart pumps fear. To your gut, did your girl's butt. I scraped it, shaped it, now she won't strut. I smashed teeth, off your beef, no relief. I step on stage, girls scream like I'm Keith. You won't be around next year, my rap's too severe, can't get bad flavor in your ear. Here comes a brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. I'm kicking new flavor in your ear, like a brand new flavor in your ear. Here comes a brand new flavor in your ear. Time for new flavor in your ear. 2194, mad hardcore. It's my time to burn the explode.